You got it. Up.
Drive. Come on,
Up,
drive.
up, 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 up. Woo!
What is up, everybody? My name is Tim. This is my very first YouTube video. Welcome to the channel. I am an amateur strongman competitor. I've been competing in the sport for the last 3 years, mostly through United States Strongman, but I've also done some Strongman Corporation contests as well. With that being said, today's video's topic is going to be tips on your very first Strongman competition. These are some of the things that I learned along the way, so I thought I would just share my advice with people out there that are thinking about starting a strongman competition, or just, overall it could be helpful for anybody that also competes on mostly the amateur level. So the first tip advice that I want to give is that everybody gets nervous. It's not just you that gets nervous. Everyone has different ways of looking at it. Some people get really amped up, some people crap themselves, some people, they can't eat the day before, morning prior, so people can't sleep. I noticed with myself, I tend to just get a little bit more nervous and a little bit more in my head about things, and usually that goes away after the first event. More than likely the first event's going to be an overhead event, some type of shoulder event. But once you get that out of the way, you get the nerves kind of tend to settle down, and then you actually start to enjoy the contest a lot more. So just always remember that nobody is perfect, everyone's human, everyone gets nervous in some way, shape, or form. Now, the next piece of advice that I want to give is to bring snacks and to stay hydrated. Some of these contests, they run for hours, they could even go up to 8 hours. The last one that I did was roughly around 8 hours. It started at, I believe, 9:30, and it didn't end until somewhere around 4:35 p.m. So you definitely want to bring some snacks with you, just because your blood sugar is going to crash at some point from the events that you're doing. So you want to keep your blood sugar high. You want to keep the energy flowing. You just want to not crash. Also, staying hydrated is very beneficial. You can get muscle cramps or even worse, depending on if it's hot outside and you're competing outside. You always want to stay hydrated. It's very important. So one thing that I do to keep hydrated is I tend to drink Pedialyte. I usually bring that with me within each contest. I bring a lot of water. I bring one of those, and I'm usually set. And then for snacks, I basically bring a protein bar. I might eat a big breakfast in the morning, and then sometimes I may bring sandwiches, something easy that you can get down, like peanut butter and jelly, something like that, something with a lot of sugar. So the next piece of advice that I want to give is with these contests is make friends, enjoy the contest, don't take it too serious. You don't want to be the guy going in there thinking that you're better than everyone else, or people are going to get that impression of you just because you're not socializing, you're not making connections. I think one of the mistakes that I did when I first started out in the sport was that I wasn't really socializing with many people. I was keeping to myself, and I noticed that once I started to do that more, started to talk to more of the competitors, it made it a lot easier. You got to see where everyone came from, background-wise, with where they started, where they are now, and it gives you a little bit of motivation. It makes you realize, the world doesn't end if you zero an event or do something. Someone does something like that along the way throughout their own journey in Strongman. So definitely make friends, make connections, network. You can even train with these people outside of these contests, and it'll also improve you for the next one coming up. Next piece of advice that I want to give is don't switch everything up last minute. Have a plan and stick with it. That goes with, the meals the day before, maybe even 2 days before. Make sure it's something not out of your comfort zone of food, where how you're going to react to it the next day. As well as that, you also want to stick to the same plan, the same game plan that you had from day one of the contest, or sometime maybe 8 to 6 weeks before. You don't want to switch things up last minute. So just always remember, just stick to the same plan that you had going into it. Don't change up things last minute, because that might actually screw you over in the end. And moving on from that, I just want to say, give it your all. When you go there, when you compete, give it your all. You're not going to be sorry. You're going to love the feeling of going 100% in every event that you do. just know that it's only going to improve you better in the sport as you go along. You may zero the event, you may do really bad, but if you give it your all, there's nothing left on the table, you're going to feel a lot better about yourself. And the fact that you even attempted or tried it, it's also going to build you up to set new goals, new summits for new goals, new reaches, and you can't go wrong with that. So just give it your all. You're not going to be disappointed. One of the last few pieces of advice that I want to give is it's not over until it's over. Until the whistle blows, until the time is done. It's not over till it's over, and a lot of people can actually screw up. A lot of people can make mistakes along the way, and you never know. You may end up, placing podium, something like that. It was a story about my third contest that I didn't really keep track of the score, just kind of went in, did my thing. And then towards the end of the contest, when everything was said and done and they were announcing the top 3 in each weight class, I was in the novice class at that time. There was only maybe about 5 of us that actually showed up to the contest. I was waiting for the reward ceremony to be over because I thought that I didn't do that well. I had my head down sitting there, and then I heard 3rd place, Tim Lodge. So hearing that actually excited me. I had no clue. I was sidetracked. Did not even know that I had placed in the podium finish. And I mean, even though it was novice, it was like one of my first contests, it felt really good. So, always make sure to keep yourself 100% in the contest at all time. Don't clock out just because you screwed up an event, didn't go the way that you planned. Sometimes you can make a comeback, and sometimes other people can screw up as well. So it's always important to keep your head in the game. Finally, the last tip of advice that I want to give is, sometimes just embrace losing. Sometimes you'll lose and, you'll feel like crap about it. You may have your head down or whatever, but it actually improves you as a character. It makes you more hungry, in at least my personal opinion, for actually going after it next time. I hope some of these tips have helped you. If you're looking to sign up for contests, you can go on ironpodium.com, you can create an account. You can sign up for contests through United States Strongman as well as Strongman Corporation. Some are also not sanctioned, so I'm not sure about the membership policies on those. But feel free to go on that website to check it out, and hope to see more competitors out there soon. Thanks for watching.